Good afternoon, everyone. It is Anna Kibble, and your district director here with Fathom in Denver and Colorado Springs. And we are joined once again this afternoon with our friend Andrew Batson. Hello, Andrew. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great, Anna. Thanks for having me again. Appreciate it.
So good to see you. As a reminder, or if you're watching this for the first time, Andrew is the branch manager and our local loan officer with Encompass Lending Group here in on the Front Range.
Yep. Yeah, Encompass, we're here and excited to talk to you all. I'm going to be reaching out to a lot of you, so it's not a spam call. I'll send you a link if you have a few minutes to meet. Love to learn a little bit more about your business and how I can help you. So.
So one of the things that I've been super impressed with so far is just the layers of support and tools that I have working with you and working with Encompass Lending Group that I can use in my business that help my buyers and that just overall make my life easier or help me close more deals. And last week we started to touch on that a little bit. But I'd love it today if you could walk us through what some of that looks like.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you. And it's interesting as you say that I'm remembering back several years ago. I was part of a big startup. It was actually a mortgage company here in town that now has been bought by Cherry Creek, and they wanted to build this national mortgage, and we were building a huge budget, millions and millions of dollars, and they spent about a $500,000 on focus groups with buyers talking about what's important to them. And it was really interesting because there's this stage where home buyers, they really want to do a lot of research and get a lot of education, but they don't want to feel sold to. Um, and so giving lots of transparent information, lots of educational tools, lots of calculators, I think is really important. And I'm a big fan of it. I love the tech side of it. So we've built a lot of that and done a lot of that. Um, I just had a closing actually for one of our Fathom agents, Eric Morris, up on the North Division, and great couple. They had been, planning to buy a home. This was their first home purchase. They were engineers, saving and planning. They were really overqualified, frankly. They loved, though, the Encompass online app. They uploaded all their documents. It was the smoothest process. We were approved, ready to close in 7 or 8 days. Super smooth. Notary comes to their house for closing. That was partly because they were buying an orchard home, and so orchard doesn't, they don't have local
Mm.
offices or whatever. But anyway, super smooth process. But my point was they loved the tools and the calculators. They kept coming back and using them over and over because that mindset of wanting to analyze every detail. So I love it. Um, I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah,
For
you should be
first,
able
I
to.
really just realized I wasn't sharing it yet. So let's do that. All right. Are you seeing that okay?
Yep. Yeah, I see your website.
Okay, great. So this is the Your Way Loan division of Encompass. We're, a branch of Encompass in Colorado. I've always had the yourwayloan.com name and liked it. And so it's yourwayloan.com is just, a branch website of Encompass. Because I like the tech stuff, we build our own website with a lot of tools here for you. So come and check it out. I'm going to give you just a real quick overview. I think you and your clients will really enjoy some of the things we've put together. First off, is just some information about Your Way Loan and Encompass Lending. So that gives your customers, you send them to this, they get a good feeling from it, right? You read it, we're all about you and helping you find the right loan for you. That's sort of the concept behind the name there. And then we've got what I think is a pretty good little calculator. Like I said, people love to, what are my payments going to be? So you come in here, and if you're buying, you can just adjust your purchase price or enter an amount there. And if you say you're doing an FHA, it automatically adjusts to the minimum down payment, automatically calculates the estimated property taxes and insurance, but lets you change them, which is nice. So try to make it easy to use, but give you flexibility to get it really precise. Automatically calculates the mortgage insurance premiums because we selected FHA. And obviously we put in too high of a loan amount there. We'll lower that purchase price. And so it's going to calculate your payments for you. You can click get rates and actually get a pretty good, estimate of sort of some interest rates there. And then it's got a nice little amortization schedule, shows your breakdown over time. So you can see as time goes on, the amount that goes towards principal is going up. And you can email yourself those results too. So it's nice. You can do different scenarios and just email yourself some results. So good tool, easy to use, doesn't require any login. And so it's a nice option there. Under resources, you'll also see a number of different programs. In fact, I think we should jump on this buy now, sell later sometime. We should talk a little bit about that in the coming week.
Okay.
That's a nice program when you've got a listing and that client's anxious to get something under contract. And that's pretty unique to Encompass Lending. We have a really good partner on that. And importantly, it keeps the agent engaged the whole time. It's not one of these companies like Orchard or, where they take you out of the picture.
Right.
It's a loan program, not a cash buyer program. So anyway, some nice tools there. Any questions on that so far? I know I'm rambling
No, I
on.
think that's exciting. I'm playing with it on my other screen. I have the mortgage calculator up. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
I like that. So I just bookmarked it.
I mean, there's
Um,
lots of mortgage calculators, but I do find that this one, there's no advertising. Oh, you can also down at the bottom save this current scenario so that way you can compare scenarios. So
That's
it's
what
a
I
nice
really
tool.
liked
Yeah.
because how often are we sitting there with somebody and we're chatting about, about what their particular scenario is, and then 6 months later they're finally under contract, right? Um, I I don't know. I think that's an awesome piece there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
And if you're, the customers, the buyer's there. Oh, well, what about this? What about that? And you just can save it and option two, and then you can go back to option one. Obviously, you're going to get to the point where, well, do they qualify for this? And that's where I need to talk to them.
right.
But people like to do their research on their own and get comfortable. Um, so with that in mind, we have another little cool feature here called Mortgage News, mortgagenews.org. And uh, there's lots of different types of home buyers, right? Maybe I'd gravitate towards, the engineering types that want a lot of detail, a lot of questions. Certainly some don't. So I always tailor the conversation to who I'm talking to. But there's definitely some people that want to know what's happening. We can't control mortgage rates, right? And I can't tell you exactly what's going to happen in the future, but I can definitely tell you what's happening today. And for a lot of people, that just gives them comfort to know what's happening, right? And it also makes us as a team, the agent and I, look really informed and stand out. So mortgagenews.org is a service of, our branch, Your Way Loan, Encompass Lending Group. Um, Interestingly, I've decided to put our rates on the website. Most mortgage companies don't. And most mortgage companies sort of preach this idea that don't sell rate, don't sell rate. To me, it's like rates matter. Encompass Lending has really competitive interest rates. Um, Anybody that says rates don't matter, it's not accurate. I mean, if you have a lower rate and your mortgage payment is less, and you invest that difference, you're going to, you're going to come out ahead financially in the long term. So having a lender that provides great service and will get the deal closed on time and will get your offer accepted, I think is more important than rate. But I'm still like, I'm very clear with people about rate. Like, I don't try to hide rate. So we
Right.
actually put our rates on here every day. And then we go out to companies like USAA, Bank of America, companies that people know, and we pull their rates right off their website and put them right next to ours. And so, there is times. So, for example, on a conforming loan today, we're definitely the best. But on a jumbo loan, I'd be like, go to Bank of America. Like, I'm not going to compete with them. Why should I try to convince you that you should pay 6.25 when Bank of America is 5.5? Like,
Sure.
so people that builds a lot of trust with people as well. So anyway, we have rates up here because people do want to know what's happening with rates. But more importantly, what we have is every day, every day when the markets are opened, generally Monday through Friday, we post exactly what's happening with rates that day and why. And we try to do it, not in loan officer terms, but sort of in layman's terms. It's still technical, and a lot of people aren't going to care. But for the people that do care, they really love this and they follow it. It's posted on Facebook as well, so you can just follow the Facebook page, or you can sign up for email alerts. And then from there, they can get rates. There's also another little learning center here. So the idea behind Mortgage News is that, again, we're not trying to sell you. We're giving you rates. We're showing you our competitors' rates, and we're telling you what's happening every day. So that's another nice tool. And then, kind of lastly, I think the online application process is really, really good. The short, easiest way to get to it is just yourwayloan.com/Andrew. Um, so if you have a customer, obviously, yeah, they can talk to me, but some people just want to apply. So you can give them the link and say, hey, you can apply online. It's completely free. Andrew's our local loan officer here in Colorado for Encompass Lending. I had good experience with him. He'll take good care of you, but there's no cost and there's no obligation. So when they apply, there's no credit cards, there's no deposits, nothing. Just have them apply. Obviously, feel free to call me, text me anytime. But some people just come on and apply and want to see if they can get approved. So it kind of looks like this. You're purchasing a home, single family home. I'm going to live in it. What house price are you considering? And it's very easy to use. When you get down to the end of the application, you have the option to upload securely your bank statements, your pay stubs, things like that. That'll come into me as well, and I'll be notified. And of course, I'll reach out to the agent. Although, if you can, shoot me a text that you've talked to somebody that's applying, so in case they don't put your name in, I know who it came from. And that's nice. And then the other thing that's really great about this is we have a system at Encompass Lending called Lender Logic, and there's an app that you as an agent can have. So once I pre-approve them, I can set a price range. From that app, you can generate your own pre-qual letters because or pre-approval letters. So sometimes you don't want to make it, they're qualified for 600, but you're offering 525. So people
Right.
like the letter to say 525. You just go in the app and I'll have it in there that 600 is the max. You can print a letter at 525, a letter at 535. You can print it at any time of the day. So if you want control of that, obviously I'm happy to send it to you as well, but it's nice. So,
I love that because it's never at a convenient time, right? It's like
right.
it's the 11th hour. It's 7:30 on a Saturday night, and my buyer finally decided they want to move forward with something they saw 2 days ago, right? And so it's never at a convenient time. I love that we can, within those limits, adjust it ourselves.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even the customer. And then, of course, the customer, they can upload their documents from that. They see the status of their loan from that. When I'm working on a loan, I'm going to be texting you or email or call, whatever you prefer, every week with an update anyway, but you'll see it in there. I'm also real good about with the listing agent, keeping them informed because I think that goes a long ways to making the deal feel solid and keeping everybody happy. But yeah, the online app is nice. The calculator tools, some of the educational tools, definitely feel free to use those. If there's something that you want, for example, I think we have a nice little first time home buyer guide here. If that's something where you'd like that sort of co-branded with both of our information on it, I could put that on a website for you. I could, create it as a PDF for you, whatever you like. So if there's something on here that you like and you want some kind of turn it into some marketing material, just let me know.
I think that's fantastic. I love it. I love it. And I am very curious, especially as we go into the spring market, because I think we get a lot more of these conversations, right? For the buy before you sell. And you said it's a loan program. So I don't know. Can we put a pin in that one to chat about it next time?
Yeah, yeah, let's do that. I think that's worthy of a 10-minute chat to kind of walk you through that program and the details of it. It's a good tool for you as a listing agent for sure. You may never use it. It's just that when you have it in your, you know, toolbox at a listing appointment, it makes you stand out. So
Absolutely. Well, I mean, where are they going to live afterwards? That's always such a big conversation, right? Especially if they're selling their primary residence, right? Where are you moving to, and what is your strategy to make it happen? Having a tool like this can help your seller get off of the fence too, because now they're no longer, waiting until they find the right home to list their home and stalling the whole process. You can move forward.
yeah, yeah, no,
They have
absolutely.
they
Some
have a path
people,
for that. I think that's great.
yeah, yeah, mentally, some people just cannot deal with any sort of uncertainty in their life. So this definitely
Hmm.
removes the uncertainty. So that's
Yeah, I love that. Well, let's do it. And I think it looks like this is the that this isn't being streamed like we anticipated. So we're going to upload this to the Facebook page. We'll make sure that Andrew's contact information gets there, along with a link to the website, so that you get all of these tools. You get the mortgage calculator, you get everything to be able to take a look at, and then we'll come back maybe next week and talk about buy now, sell later.
that sounds great. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Awesome, my friend. We will see you soon.
All righty, thank you.
Okay. I just stopped the recording so I don't have to trim the tail end of it. And we'll see. Maybe this